more delegates.
Because that was the Louisiana Purchase.
Oh, right. And then you got Maine. Maine was another debacle. Cruz ends up getting more delegates than he should have gotten in Maine. Now, I've
got the soundbite of that one, too.
Oh, okay.
Of the delegate.
Oh, okay. Well, so I guess we need to get to New Media Patriot.
New Media Patriot. They interviewed a delegate.
Our good friend Chris from New Media Patriot had an episode, and he is on Spreaker, by the way. Definitely go look for him. New Media Patriot on Spreaker. He comes on during the week, and he has an hour-long show, and he had I saw that it was coming on because I favorited his channel. And so when you favorite the channel, when they go on the air, it sends a quick little message to your phone. And so that's why I did. And I noticed he was on the air, and I thought, oh, that's cool. Let me get a chance, and I'll listen to it. So I listened in, and I was quickly riveted when I realized he had a guest on. Phone conversation was a delegate from Texas who proceeded to tell the story about how she was offered large sums of money in order to switch over to be a Cruz delegate.
So I've got 1 minute and 30 seconds of this sound clip to where one of the guests on Cruz's show asks the question and then just kind of goes step by step by step. It was the quickest way to get it all in one.
Right, because the whole call was a big chunk of his show.
Yeah, so this is the quickest part of the call, but this puts the timeline into perspective, and that's what they're trying to do right here with this part of the call.
Kelly Buckley, welcome to the Sound
Hello.
Report. Hi. Let's go to, at this time, I want to go to Kacha Lee. Kacha Lee, you have a question for Kelly?
Now, could you explain to me, I just want to understand the sequence of events. Mm-hmm. So the first time that you were approached was when?
2 days after our precinct, and then again on March 9th.
The second time was the same day?
Yeah, March 19th, before the meeting and after.
And then the third time?
Was, it's 3 times, it was 2 in one day, and then 2 days ago, a phone call about wanting to know what hotel we were staying at.
Wow.
Okay. And so, is it the same gentleman that you had mentioned that all 3 times that had been initiating these conversations with you about, I want to make your life comfortable, let me pay your hotel bill, let me pay your tax bill, things like that?
It was, he was present, but he was with the second and the third time he was with a higher government official and another gentleman.
Okay.
And did he identify himself belonging to a super PAC, or did he associate himself with the Cruz campaign?
Cruz campaign.
Boom! When I heard that, I was like, what? Because I was just thinking, this could be anybody. This could be somebody from, heck, this could be...
This could be fake. This could be out of West Hollywood.
What I'm saying is like... the Clinton campaign could do this and say it was Cruz or something. It could be anybody. It could be an anti-Cruz. It could even be the Trump campaign itself. Could you imagine the Trump campaign going up to a Trump delegate and representing themselves as a Cruz campaign person, offering to pay thousands of dollars to be a Cruz, which is weird because then they would end up being. But if they knew that this person wouldn't budge and go on a radio show. One thing that's very frustrating, though, and I told Chris this too, you've got to, before you go on the air with this, you got to make one more good college try to get this on tape.
Yes.
So you know what? You know what happened to her? They all found out that she went on the air with this and proceeded to have her hotel room that she reserved canceled. She tried to confirm with her hotel that she had a hotel with for her state convention in Texas, and they said, we're totally booked now, and we lost
but I had
your
a reservation.
No. We somehow slipped through the crack, and now we can't get you in.
Huh?
Now, she proceeded to say, I don't care if I got to stay in my car. I will sleep in my car
Well, then there
for
you
the
go.
convention. So, yeah,
Yeah.
she's definitely determined. And as Chris rightly points out, she is an American hero for standing up for her
Right.
personal beliefs. And it's not about Cruz. People are like, you got to stand up for conservative principles. It sounds to me like the Cruz camp, I don't want to try to beat up on him too much because it's over, okay? It's over. Trump is going to be our nominee, and we need to rally around the Cruz supporters to Trump. And it's starting to increasingly, thanks to Glenn Beck, who, by the way, let's go ahead and, I'm going all over the place. I'm kind of all over the place for you right now. But Glenn Beck announced on his show this week, and I'm sure this is not the first time, because I don't listen to Glenn Beck all the time.
He's going to
But
fire more people?
But I just, he should.
He actually did.
needs to- did he?
He fired 40 people, did a farewell.
I didn't know that.
He said he's closing his fake Oval Office.
With the toilet?
No, he built an Oval Office that he actually hangs out in. It's a replica. He fired 40.
He's a megalomaniac.
Oh, dude, he's sick with it.
Wow. So what Glenn Beck announced this week is if Trump gets the nomination, we are going to pledge as an entire network to no longer mention his name at all, which is what he also pledged with the Obama thing. When Obama got reelected in 2008, he pledged right beforehand he's not going to name his name anymore, and he didn't. And there was even like a swear jar.
Yeah,
for
every time you
mentioning
slipped his name.
Right. You had to put money in the jar or whatever.
It was that guy. You had to call him that guy.
So he's now, this week he came out and pledged that he is not going to name his name, which is fine, whatever, to each his own. But then he said, because we are not going to vote for him. So he is the leader and whether he is or isn't, he is, in my mind, the founder of the Never Trump hashtag movement.
Right.
Which in turn is pro-Hillary or pro-Democratic nominee, which in turn, let's connect the dots here, is anti-constitutional because we know what the Democrat Party does. The Democrat Party puts in place policies that are not only unconstitutional, but actually attack the Constitution.
Correct.
So yeah, if you're a Never Trump guy, you are wiping your butt with the Constitution. And you need to know that. Period. You're the same people that stayed at home and allowed Obama to beat Romney. And you know what they're doing? They're blaming his religion, his Mormon religion. Nobody was talking about that.
What?
It was a minor thing that he's a Mormon during the 2008.
Right.
I'm sorry, 2012 campaign. It was a minor thing that he was a Mormon. It was brought up. I think it was an attempt by Democrats to scare Republicans away from voting for him, but that was not the case. I think that the people who were upset that a real conservative wasn't nominated for the Republican ticket, they just stayed at home. I think part of it too was that he did prevent defense in the second and third debate.
Right.
But
on the Never Trump thing,
yeah.
there's a guy named Milo.
Oh yeah.
How do you say his last name? You
It's some Eastern European last name, whatever. But
starts with a Y.
Right. I just call him Milo.
Milo.
He's the very young, gay.
He would.
He's totally out gay.
He would be considered.
He's almost as gay as Justin Bieber.
Well, he would be considered in West Hollywood a Mary or a Sally.
Okay, so he's very effeminate.
Oh, he would be the woman, the dainty damsel in distress of the relationship.
Actually, if he dressed in women's clothing, you might be able to mistake him for a woman.
Well, he could use the women's bathroom and nobody'd know.
Probably not.
Wouldn't be scared.
He does have a little bit of a deeper voice, but if he didn't talk and he dressed... But anyway, so that's what he does is he goes around, and I don't know why, because he's a glutton for punishment. He goes around to universities and speaks at them
When he has a syndicated podcast on Breitbart now.
Okay. And he's very, very pro-Trump.
Correct.
And he's proud of it. We have a civil rights activist here in Cincinnati who is also a Trump supporter.
Nice.
But he's not like Milo. Milo is like, I'm for Trump and y'all can go to hell.
Well, he came
Damon Lynch IV is who I'm talking about. He's the civil rights activist here in Cincinnati that has come out in support of Trump, and he's getting beat down by all of his friends, right? He is. He's getting beat down. I know, it's totally unfortunate. And he has wavered. And I've seen it on Facebook where Trump will do something that he doesn't like. And he will come out blasting like, I don't know if I support him anymore. I don't know if I support him anymore. Milo's a little different. Milo embraces everything that Trump says.
So Milo this week on Wednesday came out with an article. And the title of the article is Dear Never Trump.
Ooh, this should be good.
It's time to get behind Daddy. He's referring to Trump as Daddy. And he goes into this is just the first paragraph of the article. He goes into it and says, After his stunning victories in the northeastern primaries, Donald Trump needs less than 300 more delegates to secure the Republican nomination. Actually, it's somewhere around 200 and...
Oh, by the way, breaking news. I don't know. We didn't break it, but for this week,
200.
For this week, he broke through the 4-digit barrier on the delegate count.
Right.
He's over 1,000, which is a big milestone because when you get to that 4th digit, it just looks pretty.
Well, it does because nobody else is even close.
Well, because if you win, you have 4 digits.
Correct. So 300 more delegates, which obviously is closer than that. This is on Wednesday. So #Never Trump haters and losers. It's time we had a little talk. Now, I know Trump and the alt-right hurt your feelings by relentlessly undermining the anointed heir to the royal house of Bush, as well as that flamboyant, permanently dehydrated HDHD junkie from Florida. But it's time to let bygones be bygones. So, by all means, spend a few days in a safe space, blowing bubbles and eating oatmeal raisin cookies like your feminist compatriots to recover. But after that, it'll be time to face reality. Trump is going to be your party's nominee. It's not so bad, honestly. If you get behind him fast, your betrayed base might forget those comments you made like, we decide the nominee, not the voters. They'll forget you said that, so just jump fast.
Right. It's like pulling a Band-Aid off. You
gotta rip it off. So he did that, and then Milo and then Louder with Crowder were at a UMass Republican Open Forum this week, and this was Carrie led on to this and sent this to me real quick, and it was epic. Because
this was Louder with Crowder, Steven Crowder. I actually discovered him before he was really famous. In fact, I thought he was just nothing. Like he was just some guy that does a vlog and has a channel on YouTube.
Right.
And it wasn't until I saw that he had an interview. I can't even remember who he interviewed, but it was a pretty famous person. And I thought, Steven's a little bit bigger than I thought he was as far as popularity and fame.
He's also interviewed Ted Cruz.
Has he? Okay.
Yeah, for long. I think it was like a 15-minute interview.
Wow, nice. He also just did a exclusive interview this week of that guy from ESPN that got fired.
Oh,
he had the exclusive on that. In fact, in his second interview, they said, thanks for being giving us the first opportunity. He said, no, I was with Steven Crowder first. But anyway, so yeah, he's getting big, and he's been on Fox News as a contributor. I don't know if he's an official contributor, but he's been on there being to give his 2 cents on things. But I think this right here, if he hasn't already been shoved through the stratosphere, this one will probably do it.
Now, this is a couple of minutes long, but I took
it's worth it. It's worth it.
It's well worth it. So here's what happens. Obviously, they're on college campus. They're doing an open forum for the Republicans on that campus. See, there's a Republican organization of the students on that campus that organized this Republican forum in this hall